Welcome back welcome back to the second part of the RambleCast. To those
ramble.
where we ramble and I will actually change the now discussing thing on time. Again, I
Now
forgot it.
disgusting.
Disgusting thing. Old men rambling. There we go. About the way things used to be, or something like that. So you brought up something during the break that we should actually talk about. What did you want to say,
Yes.
Slabwrangle?
Um. Right. So we all remember Tomb Raider rather fondly, but the original, very first Tomb Raider kind of scarred me for life. In the second level, where
Love
you had to
that.
swim through those freaking pipes, and if you picked the wrong one, you would be treated to an extremely graphic death scene where Lara Croft suffocates underwater, and
Uh,
then she's got
there's
these.
nothing,
Ugh.
dude. You
It's the
should, you
most.
should see the death scenes in the new Tomb Raider.
No, that's all. It's all CG crap. Now I'm talking about this. This was real. You were in the game. You felt invested in the character, and you saw her die. I gasped for air more than once during those levels. It's got to be the most terrifying game of the time. Well, not game
All
level.
I
That specific level.
all I have to say to that is then you did not play Space Quest enough because you just got used to your character dying the whole fucking time, and you're like,
Space
when
Quest.
last did I save? That gave me more nightmares. I played Space Quest 2 with my dad. We were playing for a 5 hour stint or something. And then he's like, okay, I'm gonna get coffee. You save the game. Instead of saving, I restored the lost restore point. We lost 5 hours of playthrough. My dad's like, have fun redoing that. See you tomorrow. Like,
No, Space Quest was
so-
look. Space Quest wasn't my first quest. I can tell you that much. So it wasn't so scary as it should have been because I started playing Gold Rush, and that sort of warmed me up to the whole Sierra quest. You can die at any point for no good reason. So once I started playing Space Quest, I was used to it, and I would save every 3 seconds. And I had to start the game over because I saved after the alien kissed you.
oh.
Oh yes, I remember that. Thanks for reminding me. I have to keep that in
No!
mind. Thanks.
Yeah, no. Okay, guys, keep it spoiler free for any Space Quest dates because I'm gonna help him through Space Quest
And he's
series,
gonna troll the
but I'm
hell out
not.
of me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell him about the bad parts.
Yeah, so Space Quest, I was numb already. Lara Croft writhing in agony and watching the life get sucked from her body as the air empties her lungs and her lungs filled with water. That will be with me for life.
The one of the most talked about death scenes in the new Tomb Raider is when she gets impaled by a stick. It goes in through the back of her neck and like out here somewhere, and she actually has like jerky movements with her body before she like gives her final spasm. It's like holy shit.
Yeah, that was a pretty dark death in the game.
Oh, you saw that?
You must probably played it, right?
I've played it, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah. But you mentioned another thing about old games rehashing or remixing things.
Yeah, let's
That's
call
why I
it
was
a
looking
remix.
puzzled earlier. I'm like, oh, he's gonna talk about the remixing thing, and then you went on to Tomb Raider. I'm like, what the
Right.
fuck?
So
I-
like 1997, 1996, and to a degree 1998, full or FMV or live action games or live action filmed games were a thing. Particularly Gabriel Knight and Phantasmagoria and the 11th Hour or the 13th Guest. I think they were the same game.
Mhm.
They all had this pre-recorded scenes that were sort of spliced together, and it gave you a movie detective type thing, which is what we've got in the thing, this Her Story. And it's very interesting how they revisit old ideas, because obviously it wasn't very popular at the time. I think the 9 CDs per game kind of contributed to that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Or the
It's
2000
interesting.
rand. Well, let's take it back. That was about, if you would compare the rand to the dollar at that stage, $1,000 or $1,500 for a CD-ROM. That also
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
yeah,
you know how much I had to save to get myself a CD-ROM. I was working my ass off as a kid to get a bloody CD-ROM in my computer.
And it was
Yeah.
a double speed CD-ROM.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you're like, hey, I've got it, and then these things don't work because they require 4-speed minimum.
Yeah.
And then the 16-speed came out, and it sort of rattled your case apart.
And just notice how Kaviex has got nothing to say on this.
I have no idea what's happening.
Now, here's the thing, guys. Okay. Now, Mythbusters had an episode. This is like a segue thing. Mythbusters had an episode of CDs exploding in CD-ROMs. And they disproved that myth. CD exploded in my CD-ROM, or shattered, if you will. And I've got 2 other friends that the same thing happened to. And they were like, yeah, Mythbusters. I'm like, no. I know the feeling of pressing that open. You play a game and all of a sudden, you just hear that sound. And you go, open the CD-ROM, and as it opens, the CD just crumbles to dust in shards onto your table.
No.
Like,
The question I have to ask, was that a rewritable CD or was that original?
it was
Because
probably mine was a writable CD, a written on CD, yes, not a rewritable.
written, CDR. Why I'm asking is those were notoriously badly made in the early era of the thing. So that's normal CDs, and your rewritables nowadays won't do that. So Mythbusters not actually getting CDs from the heyday when they just started would have contributed to that, because I've been breaking CDs for a very long time, because the first CD writer we had just always had buffer underruns. And I know for a fact those first CDs you got, if you just squeezed it a bit, the whole thing would shatter. With the later ones, you actually had to bend the whole thing touching each other. And then at
It'll
that
go
point, it will only crack or break.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And like recent ones, you can actually fold in half. They don't shatter anymore.
That's what he said. That's what he said. But yeah, that was a thing about CD writers. But you're saying FMV, her story is like a remastered type of thing with like along the lines of Phantasmagoria?
No, not entirely, but yes, let's call it a remix, because it's obviously completely different in terms of story and in approach, and I'm guessing a lot less gore. But the whole idea is you're a detective, you're solving a mystery, and it's all live action.
The game, the concept of the game is actually you're watching old video footage of a crime that happened. So yeah, it could be a remix, if you want to call it that. It could be a remix,
rehash.
but a rehash or a remastered or whatever you want to call it. But the thing
Not
is,
a remastered.
it's or rehashed. Sorry, rehashed. The thing is, the game was actually designed around the idea of old CCTV or old recorded footage, whereas Phantasmagoria was
What about
best they
Reboot?
could do.
best they could do. Yeah,
No, I don't think reboot would work.
yeah. So
Yeah, it's not really bringing back that genre, her story. It's just the style they did it in to tell that story. So
What about a cover? Could it be called a cover?
okay. This is semantics. Let's
It's
just.
a parody.
It's a
It's a
parody.
likening. Is it a tribute?
A pantomime, perhaps.
A play in the theme of?
a reimagining.
An adventure?
A rewrite? What
Okay. Okay.
about Shakespeare in the Park?
Shakespeare in the Park.
Okay. 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 This is semantics. Let's just.
Let's call it a cover.
Shakespeare in the Park.
Okay. 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 This is semantics. Let's just. Okay. 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 What? I'm the one that's... Okay, yes, okay. We're rambling, which we're supposed to do according to the now discussing bit. So here's my thing that I want to ramble about. Quake 1. Man, because I've been playing that recently, that game just not give two fucks about how good or how bad you are. It's literally a case of, okay, cool. There's this one stage where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna finish the stage. The door opens, I can walk out and exit the level. Door opens, I get close to the door. A shambler, those giant lightning monsters, pops out of the exit. I'm like, why the hell do you do this to me, Quake? Why the hell do you do this? And Quake has got a reason for that. Because fuck you. That's why.
Yeah, because fuck you, that's why.
Old games tend to be on the more difficult side of things. Either I've become old or and lost my skill. I had skill in Quake once, even though no one will believe me on Twitch. I don't think Tooway believes me, but I had skill in Quake once.
No. You see, the thing is with Quake, there was never a skill. There was a time served. After a while, you started recognizing things, behavior patterns. It wasn't that you were particularly good, you just knew what was coming, and therefore you could prepare to a measure.
Like walk around the corner, see the armor, like, I'm not gonna pick that up, monsters are gonna spawn, I'm leaving the armor behind.
Yeah, that was Quake's thing, but Quake, as brutal and as unforgiving as it was, it also added concepts that before then had not been seen. Like the first boss monster of Quake, it's that dude in the pit with the with the 3 levels, and you have to have you have to blow up the crystals and crap before you could hurt him. This is going back quite a while now. But anyway,
the first no.
Are you talking Quake 1? Because he really just played through it, and if he's confused, I don't think you have the right Quake.
Yeah.
No, it is. It's like right at the first boss monster, and shooting at him does nothing.
This is the lava monster, where you run over the buttons and the 2 pillars come down and shocks him.
Yes, that's it. Yes. Now,
the actual first boss in the game was 2 shamblers, 2 lightning fuckers. That is the second boss.
Now, what really stood out for me about Quake 1 compared to all other games before that is, no matter what boss you were playing, they could die with bullets. Whereas Quake, I spent 3 hours shooting at this thing repeatedly, and just figured that I didn't have enough bullets, so just kept on shooting. Until I figured out, hold on, maybe there's a different solution.
Now, here's the thing that I want to do, right? With the Quake playthrough, I'm going to do a little test. I'm going to go Quake 1 on hard difficulty and Quake 2 on hard difficulty and see how different the levels of difficulty actually are between the 2 games. Because Quake 1 on hard difficulty is murderous. Murderous as fuck.
You see, if you had a death counter, that would have been good.
I don't need a death counter. I'm in the thousands in Quake, okay? I'm in the thousands. Lava is magnetic. Lava shouldn't be on levels, okay? It shouldn't be on levels.
How many times can you fall down the same hole, Zaffa?
More than once, at least. I fucking hate that stage.
There was a thing in Quake. An Easter egg hidden by id Software of a fish underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know about it?
There's lots of fishes underwater in Quake 1.
Oh, man. It's a special id logo type fish. The fish is comprised of the letters ID.
Oh, no. I just killed all the fishes I saw underwater.
It's written on a wall somewhere. Underwater.
Oh yes, that was to access the secret level of Scourge of Armagon. If you like play around with that, eventually it leads to a secret level that later influenced one of Quake 3's levels, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can't find the exact image that I'm talking about. Because when I was playing Quake, this guy, well, my cousin, he was like into this, and he was into modding and all kinds of crap, which was like amazing back in the day. And he showed me this. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I immediately forgot how to get back there.
But yeah, Quake is amazing. I am having lots and lots of fun with it. Not too sure about my viewers, though. I die a lot. That's probably a good thing. And I rage a lot. That's probably a good thing. So have you played Quake 1, Kaviex?
You can probably guess by my silence. I haven't played Quake 1.
Have you played Quake 2?
I have not. The only Quake I have played, which is the only Quake. I think it was on the 360. Is it Quake 4?
Oh, yeah. I think there was a Quake 4 on the 360, yes.
That's the only one I've played.
Ah. Anytime Zaffa dies, we enjoy the game a bit more. Fuck!
And can we talk about Zaffa not accepting punishments?
Shut up. That punishment came through at the end of that level. I was like finished with the level and the chat showed up. I'm like, huh. I should have done that punishment. They should have they should have given me the punishment half an hour earlier.
And then I gave you another punishment as you started the next level and you said no.
What was that other punishment?
No mouse.
If I were to send a message in Skype, would I screw up all your overloads?
No, I won't open it though.
Okay. Well, if somebody there's the link to what I'm talking about. It's called Dopefish. It's a Commander Keen throwback.
As soon as Zaffa sees punish, he ignores chat.
Yeah.
Not in. I can neither deny or confirm that at this point in time. Let me click on that now. That's a cool way to look at it. Dope fish. Oh, that.
Yeah, I never saw that.
No, I never saw that. Where the fuck is that? That's Quake 2, Quake 1. I'll probably find Dopefish in Quake 2 then. That's kind of cool. But shut up about the punishments. We're not talking about me. We're talking about old games, and we're rambling, and we're trying to get
Rambling about punishments.
I'll save you, Zaffa. Here's a ramble. The first game to do X. Like, an example would be the first game to do crafting would be Diablo 2 with a Herodic cube.
Really?
I can't remember that
No.
far back. Syndicate?
Ultima Online? Ultima?
Well, you actually had a thing, and in that thing you would put things, and out came another thing.
Ultima Online.
Ultima Online.
No, that's different.
How can that be different?
It
You
refutes
have a
my beliefs,
forge.
thus it's different.
You have a forge. You add iron ingots to it. You say, make this item, and out pops, from the iron ingots, pops out a chainmail coif. Or however the hell you pronounce that.
No, that's not quite what I mean. I mean, because Ultima Online you could build like fucking everything. It doesn't quite count.
But it is crafting, isn't it?
Well, it's like Ultima Online. It was living. That was what you did. You survived.
Oh, you're trying to play around your topic now. You've lost.
So, you say Diablo 2 was the first game to introduce crafting?
In the style that we understand it now, yes. With the Roderick Cube. But that's not actually the topic. The topic is...
Kaviex, brilliant! Craft, verb, exercise, skill in making an object, typically by hand. He crafted the chair lovingly. Perfect way to troll. That deserves a round. Let me send some weirdly love out to the chat.
Well, according to that definition, the first game to have crafting would be SimCity.
Would it be though?
Yes. You built shit.
Skill in making an object, not putting an object down.
An object is a church or a fire station.
Yes, which you are putting down. You're not making them, you're putting them down. Ha!
You're not using any materials to form them, I think, is what
Yes,
you're
you did.
getting at.
There was money.
You
Money
won't
isn't a
let this
material.
go. You won't let this go, will you?
I deny your reality and substitute my own.
So, you say Diablo 2
Okay.
is the first game that introduced crafting. In which
First
sense?
single-player game that introduced.
He
crafting
was
basics.
using that to get to the actual point he wanted to make. So let's see what the actual one was. Because I'm guessing
No, that was actually a question posed. His first game to do blank.
Okay, well, it wasn't Diablo.
I don't know. To do blank, I have no. Oh shit! What games? Aside from the crafting thing, what other examples
Okay,
do you
which
have?
was the first game that introduced having to reload a weapon?
Definitely not Quake 1.
Not Doom. Wolfenstein earliest?
No, Wolfenstein you just shot. You had like 700 bullets and you could just fire.
Remember
Duke
Duke you had to
Nukem
reload the shotgun.
platformer? Yeah, but platform Duke Nukem? Did that
No.
that have a reload? I can't remember. That's way too far back.
No, that was also just shoot and point and shoot.
Now, if you're talking about reload,
Wolf-
are you talking about cooldowns on the weapons?
Well, whatever could technically count as a reload. I mean,
I would say Duke
Whatever.
Nukem.
let's say had to have the animation in which you could not shoot and you had to wait for the guy to finish loading the gun.
Then I would say it's Duke Nukem 3D. That's what I would say.
Also-
Kaviex
also
is
think
busy
so.
googling this, so he'll probably get us with he'll hit us with the real answer. But I'm thinking I'm guessing Duke Nukem 3D. But Duke Nukem no reloading.
Contra.
What?
Contra, you had to
Dum-dum.
reload.
Didn't you reload in Contra? Or did you
No,
not?
there was no reload in Contra. There was a lot of dying in Contra, but not any reloading.
I think I
Re-die.
reloaded in Contra.
Reload your save game, sure, but no, that's not what we're talking about.
Well, if you say animation, then I would say Doom was the first one that had an animation where he couldn't do anything. Because after the shotgun, he had to cock it again and then shoot.
Well, that counts as a reload, doesn't it?
It was bam. That was the reload animation in Doom 1, I think.
Oh, that qualifies because, I mean, you had one round, you spent it, and then you had to reload the round. And the same for Doom 2 with the double barrel is you had to shove those pips back into it and then bang, bang, and then open, shove bullets in, bang, bang.
Zaffa,
Mm.
change the discussion topic to we're stuck with a very, very boring topic.
Let's.
Because we're all going to be confused on this and show we have Alzheimer's trying
Yes.
to figure this out.
And that's why it's
Apparently the
old
first game to
men.
have reloading was Operation Wolf.
Operation
Oh,
Wolf,
I remember that.
motherfucker. That's true. But anyway, bang,
You can
bang,
say
open,
it's-
bang, bang.
Well, yeah. Can you stay
Wow.
quiet, Kaviex?
I was -9 when that came out. Just to put that in context.
That was one of the cooler games that I could play on someone else's PC. We were visiting someone quite regularly, and every time I went there, I played that. Can't even remember the person's name. Okay, cool. That's cool.
I have a question for Kaviex because I know Zaffa and Slabwrangle, you guys don't do consoles at all.
Mm-hmm.
Between your PlayStation Plus membership and Xbox Gold membership, how do you feel about them and getting rid of them?
Which one is the best one? Let's start off with that.
No, there's not really a base one. Both give free games and blah blah blah.
Well,
It's
to put it in a little bit of context, I have PlayStation Plus. I stopped free subscribing to Xbox Gold, if that gives any indication of
Yeah.
my opinion on them. So wait, what do you actually want me to answer? Just which one I prefer, or the benefits of each, or?
yeah. Well, basically, you did answer it now. I know the benefits of both and stuff. I'm just not a PlayStation fan, so I don't buy PlayStations. But I've been looking at my Xbox 360 use at the moment, and I'm like, why do I still have a gold account? They're releasing really bad games at the moment, and I'm paying for this. So I'm also canceling mine on the next period.
Yeah, the main reason I had PS Plus was for the free games when it came out. Like the games up until about 2-3 months ago, the games every month that came up for free were actually really good. Like all of them were really quite good games that were still held a reasonable retail value, or were things like Red Dead Redemption, which while weren't the highest in price, were actually sought after games. Like people still play Red Dead Redemption and stuff like that. Or like Ground Zeroes was released, I think about 2-3 months ago on it. Yeah, Rocket League was free on it. All these things are actual like up-to-date games that are being released on it, or at least are games that people enjoy. The last 2 to 3 months, I haven't looked at this month's list yet, which I'll probably do after this actually, since you reminded me. But they seem to be getting gradually worse. Like the bundle that's on this month, or the last month, I literally went on. I added the games to my library because they were free in case I ever do want them, but I literally didn't download any of them or play any of them. I just took them because they were free and then turned my PS4 off and then left it. And this month I don't know if it's going to be any different. Like I'll look up in the background while other people are talking if there's actually anything good on this month, because the list will already be up. But yeah, aside from that, like I don't really play my consoles online because I don't play COD or FIFA or anything.
Yeah.
I basically just use my consoles for single player exclusives. So,
Yeah.
with the exception of like Halo and things like that, I do play those online occasionally. But
You mentioned bundles, which gives us a perfect segue into
Yep.
the next one, the Humble monthly bundle for this month. Now,
Ooh, yeah, what is it?
no, wait, I'm gonna fucking ramble. Fuck you all, I'm gonna ramble first. Fuck this shit. Humble guys, you bastards thing. People, assholes, fuck. Damn it. Why doesn't it work? I need your Humble bundle, monthly Humble bundle in South Korea. Here, in South Korea, it's not working. Why? Why isn't it active in my region yet? I want your Humble monthly bundle. I want to suck on the teats of your monthly bundle. And you don't want to give it to me. Please. I want the Humble monthly bundle. Thank you.
Okay.
It's called a VPN, Zaffa. Just
Yeah,
VPN it.
they
dude.
cool. They cool. I get to play. I get to watch Netflix now because of it.
Okay, cool.
And it's
Continue.
not cheating at all. Yes. Okay. So, as I'm guessing the only guy who subscribed, our games for the month is Banished, Rust, Payday 2, Neon Struct, Die Augen der Welt. That's the subtitle.
Oh, Neon
Chroma
Struct.
Squad,
Chroma Squad?
Company of Heroes with DLCs, the Western Front armies, both of them, and the British forces. So I'm guessing with that, me and Kaviex will most probably be playing some Company of Heroes at some stage, right?
we could do. I've never actually played it online. I've only ever played the single player. So
Yeah, I've never played it, so if you can give me tips and tricks on it. And basically, now I'm going to just rub it in. The Banished I already own, so I gave that to Kaviex. And then after that, I realized Zaffa really wanted it because it was on his wish list. And
Two-Way did get to
And
listen
with-
to me playing it drunk though, which I'm sure was quite entertaining.
Yes. Yes, we needed to actually record that session. Now, the only bad thing is it's one of those games that I would also give to Zaffa, but South Africa has a new thing with Steam as
Oh, well, let's go on to Steam. Yes, very, very
Yes.
good, very good. Let's go on
I can segue forever. What South African Steam now is, I can continue with my subscriptions to Maya, LT, and stuff like that, which I need because I design in Maya. And now I'm kind of screwed in that way. And then when it comes to gifting, I can only gift to people in South Africa. I can't gift any games to my friends overseas anymore, which is the dumbest thing. I know why they brought in, because they made a market with Russia, I think, in the beginning, where Russia was getting it for cheaper. So, and we're getting everything for about $5 cheaper as well. But I'd rather be paying full price, or they say, if you gift to this person, it will cost X amount extra. If they could do something like that, it would really be something that I won't be pissed off at Steam at. And I haven't been pissed at Steam for a very long time.
I heard you ramble about this when this first happened, and you were like, fuck this, we don't need this. And apparently they fix it as time goes on to reflect.
Yeah, I'm at the stage where I can now add Maya again to the cart, but then when I actually want to subscribe again, it just says 0. You can't. So they've put it back so I can actually add it. I just can't actually do the subscription model again at the moment. So over time, hopefully they fix that part, but I'm still sure the countries that get games for a tad cheaper than the rest of the world can't ever share them with them.
As long as you paid more for your game than the guy that you're gifting it to, that should be okay, I guess. So, like, if you're in South Africa, you can't gift any games to anyone else. But if you're in Europe or America or Korea or whatever, gifting is okay.
Yep.
As long as it was more expensive in your country than it is in their country.
Yeah. But like I said, I totally understand it. I'm not happy about it, but I understand it because people were making a living on buying games on their Russian Steam and then gifting it to Americans and stuff to get the game for $10 cheap or whatnot. So it was a big story about 2 years ago. So I understand why it's implemented, but give me the option of going, oh, you want to do this international? It's going to cost you for $5 more or $10 more or whatever. Because most games work out to about $5 cheaper on our store.
Yes.
At max, which is stupid.
So you're telling me is when I go to South Africa, I need to buy my games?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I need to buy more games in South Africa. I don't... Region locking is shit. I mean, due to region locking, but that was more Sega's fault than anything else. I couldn't have access to Alien Isolation on Steam for the longest time. Until it got on sale recently, and it popped up on my store page. It's like, oh, wait, you can have this game again now. Like, what? What the hell? Region locking is there for a reason, or local price stores, if you will. But these things piss me off. These, like, I can't gift you games anymore because you pay slightly more for them than I do.
It's crap, but what you gonna do?
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Bitch and moan on a podcast about it.
Yes,
That's what you're gonna do.
that's what you're gonna do. Yeah.
It's a very effective
It's
way of
about
dealing
the
with issues.
extent of the power we have over it.
Yeah.
It's like the equivalent of people that complain about the government on Tumblr. Just like,
Yeah.
that'll show them.
That'll show them. Yes, definitely.
Angry white girls are coming, and you can't stop them.
They'll be there with their
They'll reblog
phones.
the shit out of you.
They'll reblog the shit. Indeed. But I think we probably reached the end of this part. Unless there's questions in the chat for us, we will give it a couple of minutes before we close off. But yeah,
I have a closing topic. It's a sort of a bit of a footnote that involves
X and Y ish.
the question I have is the real-time strategy game dead? Is the genre
No.
dead?
Oh,
Right. Next question: is Total War a true real-time strategy type of game?
No. I answered both.
you answered both.
I would say yes to the second one, but
Real-time
It doesn't
strategy.
qualify. I mean, it's
How
on the
is that
fringes.
real
but does
time?
it-
Yeah. How is that real time strategy?
you strategize in real time.
Yeah, it's
No,
it's
but
not really
it's
a
not.
turn-based. It's neither turn-based nor RTS, is it?
Yeah, they have a specific term for that type of game. I don't know what it is, but it's not RTS.
It's a turn-based strategy.
No,
It's
it's,
not
not that
turn-based
either.
though.
No, it's
Really?
not
Yeah,
turn-based.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. See, when you're on your map, it's turn based, where you move your guys and blah blah blah. And then when you're in the fight, it's an RTS.
Ah.
So what is it then?
Why would you think the RTS is dead? First off, let's get into that.
Well, aside from StarCraft, what's good out there?
Oh, it's StarCraft is dead as well. It seems like if I look at the numbers, just going on now to the third expansion, I think a lot of people stopped buying. I think say just in comparison, if you had to go, I think Wings of Liberty, if you went 100%, then Heart of the Swarm went 50%, and I'm sure this one is hitting 20-25% on sales. I don't know if it's gonna be worth their trouble. I don't
And
see how.
final question in the series of questions that I just posed is: will Total War Warhammer be a crap fest, or could it actually rescue a dying genre?
I really hope it's good.
Me too. Oh crap! It's
Can they
Total
just not
War.
fuck
It's
up another
Sega.
Warhammer game?
It's Total War. It's Sega. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna be able to touch it.
Yeah, I'll most probably get it because I've owned 5 Total Wars where I've basically put in Total War Rome, first one, many hours of playtime, many hours. The rest of them all have about 10 minutes to an hour. So we'll see. I bought Rome 2, a Total War Rome 2, and also just didn't like what they did with the new system. I'm like, I'll play this later, and I just never got around to it again.
The only Warhammer games that were good were those first ones, the Dawn of War ones. Yes, they were really damn good. It's about time they release a decent Warhammer game, I think.
Yeah, but I think what ruined the Warhammer franchise to an extent was the MMO.
Get that cat. Get that cat.
You picked up the cat in the reflection of the TV.
Get that cat.
Do you really want me to
There's
get the
no
cat?
cat. No, there's no cat.
Get the cat.
It's in your mind.
It's already
Sorry,
fat and
cat.
angry.
Oh. Get the cat! It's fat and angry! It will scratch you! There we go. There's the cat.
Kitty.
Now our viewer count just doubled. Thank you. Thank you so much. We have a cat. Semi-Hitler cat, actually. With the moustache going that way.
Hitler cat.
There we go.
She's only half Hitler.
Half Hitler, yes. There we go. We've got a cat on the cast. Yay, we rock. She's gonna bite you? He? She?
She.
She's gonna bite you.
When cats attack bloggers.
But yeah, I think on that note, closing arguments, anyone, or closing things that you want to talk about or say?
Well, does anyone still have to do points on Slabwrangle's thing? Or do they still have opinions on that? Is RTS dead?
I think the real question is, does anybody care?
You just saw the tail like yoink. I don't think. Get the cat out of the camera.
You caused this.
That is the cat going, fuck you.
Yep, that's a cat being a cat.
Okay. RTS, yeah, I think it's kind of dead.
And I don't think so. I think we'll have one decent series every 5 years or so that will bring us back to RTSs. The in-between RTSs always fail in some horrible way. Because I've looked at a bunch of them. There are a few of them, if they come out of early access, I'll actually try. But at the moment, there's nothing I can really play except StarCraft, and I'm not even into that as much anymore as I used to be.
Well, the last strategy game that I played was Dungeons 2. I'm still playing it, actually. And that is dungeon management / strategy, if you will. But not a strategy as StarCraft, though. Strategic.
Yeah,
That's sort of the question I've got is, does a pure RTS exist anymore? Or is it just a gameplay mechanic in other games nowadays?
overall, I think it's being used as a mechanic because it's still the best way to actually wage war in a game.
It's the only way that exists at the moment of doing proper combat between multiple units at the same time in an effective manner. So it's kind of people just throw it in if they ever want to have an army fight, and that's about all people really do at the moment. I'm trying to think of examples of games that have done it other ways, because they must have done it. But
Yes,
Kingdom of
there's
Fire
one-
did it slightly differently. Like the
basically two
ones on the
styles.
Xbox.
Your two styles is basically the RTS style or the turn-based style from your Might and Magic series. That's the two main ways to do battles.
There's
Kingdom
the
Under Fire.
4X thing. You know, the civilization style 4X.
Yeah, but that's more like a grand strategy kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Explore.
Build nukes and
What's
just
it?
nuke the whole place.
Yeah.
Well, what do the 4X's stand for anyway? Explore, expand,
Exciting.
Alt X, and play something else.
Yes. And play something else. But yeah. So it looks like Kaviex is researching something online again.
I was just looking up if I was right in calling it Kingdom Under Fire. That's all.
But yeah, we've reached the end of this RambleCast, guys and girls out there. Thank you for watching.
Explore.
Explore. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, explore.
Explore, expand, exploit, exterminate.
Exterminate. There we go. On that note, we...
Bye.
Slabwrangle's done. Goodbye.
Hi, hey Zaffa, did you want to say something?
I thought I'd just finish your sentence for you.
I'm okay. Find me on Twitter. Find me on Twitch. You're looking at it on Twitch now. Find me on YouTube. Same as my Twitter handle. And I'll be playing Quake 1 for the rest of the week. Maybe switch over to Quake 2. Quake 2. And everybody else, you know where to find them. If not, bye. See you guys in 10 minutes when I do Quake 1.